Hi, Justine. I think you are overthinking this lab. So there are two parts to the lab. In the first part, you're trying to make basically a standard scale for your red cabbage. So you're going to take a test tube with some of the red cabbage juice in it. You're going to add a drop of ammonia. You're going to mix it up. You're going to see it change color. Then, using a clean pipette, you're going to take one drop of that mixture and put it in one of the wells in your well plate. Then, still with that original test tube, you'll add another drop of ammonia to it. So now you should have red cabbage juice with one drop from the first step, and now another drop. You'll mix that up, and then from that solution, with a clean test tube, you'll take a drop out, put it into another hole in your well plate. And you'll continue this until you get a nice span of colors from your red cabbage juice. You should also be then using your pH paper to measure your pH at each stop, at each well, so you have a numerical value to go with each of those color changes. Then, that test tube is done. You can empty it out, clean it out. Now you put some red cabbage juice in there. You add one drop of vinegar. You mix that up. Using a clean pipette, you take one drop of that, you put it into a well in your well plate. Then you go back to that test tube now that has red cabbage juice and one drop of vinegar. You add a second drop to that same test tube and you shake it up. So you see as you're adding more drops of vinegar that the color is changing. So that's part A. So now you've set up your scale. That's what you need to take a picture of. You've set up your scale. You've kind of standardized your red cabbage juice. In part B, now you've cleaned out, leave your well plate. You want to keep your well plate with all those different colors that have the single drops from your red cabbage juice. But now you're going to start testing the substances you pick from around your house. So in that case, yes, you take some lemon juice, for instance. You put that in a test tube. You add a drop, maybe a couple drops of red cabbage juice to it, and you look for a color change of the lemon juice plus that red cabbage, the red cabbage that you have made by soaking it, that, not the one that's mixed with ammonia and vinegar. We're done with that part of the experiment. That was part A. Part B now is just taking household substances and adding straight red cabbage juice to it, seeing what color it changes and comparing it to your scale that you should now have in your well plate from part A. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if you have any other questions.